Good morning. Me and Boxer just had breakfast. We had a little bit of ribs. Hi, Boxer. And get a little kava going now. Kava in the morning. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to take your vitamins. Don't forget to take vitamins. Huh. Multi. Ba-ba. Little kava in the morning. Ba-ba. We're brewing it with some San Pellegrino blood orange. Blood orange, baby. Oh, yeah! Couple lemons. These are nice. It's, you see it? It's not artificial. It's like a lemon. You know what I'm saying? So, get this kava going, and then I wanted to talk about the title of the video, talking to myself. Um, yeah, I was blessed. I grew up over, if anyone's familiar with New Mexico, I was born over in El Maro. That's where I was born. Well, close to it. Actually, I was born, I'm not making this up. It's a place called Little Lemon, called Candy Kitchen. I'm not making it up. It's spelled with a K. Candy Kitchen, right? And it's this, it's kind of like, kind of reminds me of, uh, Mad Max or something. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of hippies out in the middle of nowhere doing their own thing, and sometimes it's rough and sometimes it's beautiful, right? That's life, right? And but anyway, I was blessed to grow up with a lot of very spiritual people. Now that I realize it, and most of them were Zuni, Native American. Excuse me, and fix my robe here, and Navajo, Native American, and um, you know, I'm just saying, uh, a lot of Anglo people, um, a lot of them, I mean, I don't know what's going on in anyone's head, that's for sure, but a lot of white Anglo people, um, and especially people in America, it's all about money. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? Well, I tell you what, I was meditating this morning, um, because I heard that line in the song, and um, you know, my 2 cents, my creator was around before the conception of money, was around before me, right? Whoever created me, my father. And I've just been meditating and trying to communicate. You call me crazy, but um, I've been back into my meditation. I used to do it all the time when I was in the cult. Um, And like I said the other day, I wouldn't take it back. I just went, we're, I believe we're all just students in the school of life. And Sri Gary Olson, Master Path, I want to thank you actually. I actually mean that. Not curse you. It's easier to bless than to curse, and it's easier to give than to take. And I knew that since I was a kid. And you know, I truly found that, you know, the meek, right? Animals, they're not animals, they're spirits, but dogs, cats, and kids. Maybe someday I'll have kids, but right now taking care of the dogs and myself, and I'm trying to find my brother, Fred. But anyway, um, all life is sacred and everything is important. Everyone is important. I'm not just saying that, you know. And I realized this morning. Plant medicine is amazing. There's so many herbs and trees and bushes, whatnot, bacteria. Penicillin was moldy cantaloupe, you know. That's how it started. But anyway, all life has purpose. A fly, an ant, ticks, you know, everything is has its purpose, and um, so complex. Only the Creator knows, the Creator of life, and back to the everything is sacred. And that's one thing that you know um, the culture was still very rich, and still is. Um, the Zuni reservation over between Rama. That's where I grew up. In between, went to school, Rama, New Mexico. Um, Rama is a Mormon, uh, mostly white, run town. And then you have the Zuni reservation. You have the Navajo reservation, Pine Hill. Used to rock it all the time. Be skating with my best friends. We're natives. I mean, that's the way it ended up, because there was a lot of prejudice. And I dress differently. I just do my thing, and that's another thing with its cover. A lot, not all of them, but these people in these other cultures that have been around actually even before America, and you know everyone knows that they're so. I mean, we've disrespected native land. The natives were here first. Christopher Columbus, yeah. My first music video, I got a line in there that, you know, that's why are we celebrating that, where we came in and did terrible things and took from another? Why are we filming people suffering on the street? Um, like, oh, look at this addict, look at this zombie, right? And I've learned to forgive my enemies, and it's better to forgive. You don't have to forget, you know? You can speak your truth, and my mom knows, just like the Eminem song. And you guys like that song. Remember you telling me how much you liked that song? Well, now it's my turn. I'm sorry, Mama, if you're watching this, but I had to clean out my closet. And there's nothing wrong with showing some emotion. I don't care what anyone says. So, uh, you know, all life is sacred. And um, I'm not saying this like, listen to me. I'm saying this for me a lot, mostly. Physician, heal thyself first, right? And then maybe we can help others. But uh, I realized that I've been overindulgent. You know, cannabis is a sacred medicine. And I've been so overindulgent that I've created such a tolerance where I'm just puffing on it, and I just it helps my stress. Absolutely, I feel it, but my tolerance is so high that I'm not a huge fan of him. But he talks about giving things a break for a month. No something November, right? Him and his buddies are all clean. It's a great idea. And I never even thought I'd say this, you know, because uh, cannabis and other plant medicine and even alcohol, I hate to say it, but they were the ones that were there for me. I thought they were the only ones. But I did not realize all along that my father was with me too. And is with all life, because that is life. Can't be separate. It can't be separate from life, can't be separate from the creator of life. So my interpretation, we all have free will, right? So excuse me, we can we can all live like we want, right? Um, but um, there's always consequences, right? There's always cause and effect. It's called the Wheel of 84 um, in Eastern teachings. Excuse me. One moment. One moment. I'm talking to myself. But so the way I interpret it, so we all have free will, but what I realize within myself, that I more and more, and just um, it's really neat, at birthday or Christmas time, maybe only have like one or two gifts. It's not even about the gift; it could just be a card, or it's a thought that counts, right? It's way more magical and special um, when there's, instead of just, I'll never forget the last Christmas. God bless all of you, I mean that. But last Christmas with my mom and last birthday that, my birthday, I wanted to celebrate with them. It was just like this robotic thing, For instance, Christmas and my beautiful little nephew, little Wilbur, I love you. And my other nephew I haven't met. But um, but anyway, we were all over there. It was a great family get together, and just shredding through the opening of the presents. And some people, um, I want to say real quick, some paranoia of what's it called? We fear what we don't know and stuff. But um, my research and through meditation, this may sound funny, but the origin of Saint Nicholas, it's also about Jacob's ladder, which is the spine connected to the pineal gland, um, which becomes activated during meditation. That's why all these cult leaders, they know what they're doing, and that's why, you know, Sri Gary Olson, Master Path, the strict teacher. He's a wacky teacher, but it was a school of life. Um, you know, he knows about centralizing the energy and how the dream molecule DMT, which is naturally produced when we're dreaming. He knows all about that. But um, you know, um, that's what I've realized is that I've been. This may sound funny, but I've been disrespecting um, the plant medicine. Not like you know, but um, just more and more and more, and just not, just you don't you take it for granted, and I've taken a lot of things for granted in my life, and especially when I was drinking. Now I've been out of the soup for a while. I can see clearly now, but when I was drinking, my head was underwater. I actually felt like I was underwater a lot of times. And that's the times I had the most vivid, horrid hallucinations. You know what I mean? From alcohol. You know, and it's funny how YouTube took down one of my videos. Talking about harm reduction. I definitely don't want to spread any kind of of my opinion that it's gonna hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. I used to get mad and stuff, and you know, I'm even gonna be deleting quite a few of my music videos because it just doesn't vibe with me anymore. I don't think it ever did. You know, a lot of that negative stuff, it don't vibe with me, and it never did. Never did as a kid, and uh, alcohol can split you a little while. It can crack your aura, it can crack your spirit. But and it can really have an effect on you. But it's never too late. You know, I believe it's never too late. Never too late to make a great motherfucking day. Yeah. So, but as it's getting, hi, Mr. Burger. Oh, hey, Wayne. It's gonna be a nice day. I think it's gonna rain. We're gonna do some barbecue in a little bit. I'm very blessed. Um, but anyway, I hope everyone has a great day, and um, yeah, I appreciate everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Mm-hmm.